Hi guys, welcome back to Cooking with Jenny. So here are our ingredients that we're going to use for our carne con chile. We have everything laid out and we're going to use our carne ranchera. I'm also going to use chile California. I'm going to use about 8 chiles Californias. And the only reason why I do use a lot of chile California is because this chile California is not very spicy and it doesn't give you heartburn at the end of the day. So also before I put the jitomates to boil, I do like to add a little slip on the jitomates, so right when it boils, we can just slide off the skin. It'll be a lot faster that way to peel. And then we're gonna boil about half an onion with that so we could blend it in all together. So I wanna say like this much, un pedacito nomás. Okay, into our pot, we're gonna do about 5 chile de árbol. We did our little piece of onion. We're gonna put in our 2 tomatoes, and we are gonna do our 8 chiles California. Okay, so I'm gonna start chopping up my roast potatoes. I don't like to cut them that small, and the reason why I like to use roast potatoes is because russet potatoes, they disintegrate when you boil them, but these they keep their shape. They hold pretty good. So I'm gonna go about this size. So I'm just gonna cut them in the middle and then be done with it. And also I did wash my vegetables before using, and I did wash my hands. So I'm just gonna cut it right in the middle. And I don't care if they're pretty chunky. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. And we are 6 in the family, so I like to cook enough because my kids, they come out, they eat, and then they come back out again, and then they eat later on throughout the day. So I like to have enough, so when they come back out, they have enough food to eat. I'm gonna chop this up. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you guys something. I didn't know what to make to eat today, but this is my go-to. This is the easiest meal that is easy for me to make. I'm gonna chop them up pretty roughly too. So I had everything in my refrigerator that I needed for my carnita en su jugo, or carne con chile is the same, I think. And these I'm gonna chop them up pretty roughly because these are very tender and they disintegrate in the food. Oh, I lost one. So I'm just gonna cut it in the middle, and then I'm gonna go down twice. So right now I already have my chile going. I have my jitomates, my chile de árbol, and I have my chile California boiling, and now I'm gonna continue on with my meat. Okay guys, so this is called carne ranchera. Look how pretty this looks. I think I'm gonna roll it up and start cutting that way. These are actually big chunks. Uh-oh, don't cut yourself. See, you should look kind of like this, little tiritas. And then I'm gonna go back and cut it in the middle. There we go. So let me tell you guys, I work for a grocery store, but I wanna say that before I started working at my local grocery store, I used to work at Vallarta. Girl, let me tell you, that was the worst job that I ever had in my life. But that's where I learned the most. I learned how to make all my aguas frescas. I learned how to make the syrup for the raspados. I learned how to make atol de lote. I learned how to make champurrado. I learned how to make all these things. I learned how to make, what else? Well, they would have us make a lot of things there. We would have to, you know, it's customer service, so that's what they would sell. That's what we would have to do in the morning. I would have the morning shift, so I would have to go in, start preparing the aguas frescas. I would have to start preparing sometimes I would make the atol de lote, or they would make me do the champurrado. So I learned to do all that stuff. But when it came time for my review, they wanted to give me 10 cents. And I thought, oh no, I'm worth more than 10 cents. And I left. Look at this. These are nice pieces. Yep, so I am doing a lot better where I'm at. I've been there for 20 years. And I like it. I'm comfortable there. This is a really good meat, you guys. This is a ranchera. And they did cut it a little thick, but it's okay. I like to cut it right in the middle. So I end up with like little cubes like this. You see? There we go. So once we're done doing that, I'm gonna take it to my pot that I have on the stove already, ready to heat up. Ay, no me voy a cortar. And this is how it's looking, guys. After I chopped up everything, well, all my vegetables, this is how it's looking so far. Okay, so this is the pot that we're gonna use to make our carnita. We already have onion, we have 4 cloves of garlic, and to that, I like to use this kind. Just because it already comes frozen, it's nice and minced for me. So yeah, it's easy. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting in the mollita. And also, I just noticed that our chiles are boiling. They're nice and hydrated. This is our chilito. It's nice and boiled and ready to go. And then here we have our carnita and our vegetables that we're gonna use. Also to our meat, we're gonna add some bay leaves, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of tomato bouillon just to give it a little bit of flavor. We're gonna go ahead and mix. Okay guys, now that we have everything in the blender, we're gonna add the rest of the tomato bouillon, and this is how it's looking. Now let's go ahead and start blending. Now let's check on our meat. Okay. I need to invest on a good blender because I still have to strain my sauce. And I don't like doing that. I just want to go from blender to pot. But with this blender that I have, it leaves the big chunks of tomato and the chile and all that stuff, and I don't like that. So I have to strain it either way. Go. Let me tell you guys, I also do. My mom lives with me, and she's got dementia. And yesterday, it's really sad because she's my mother, and I don't want to see her that way. But It's just really hard. So she woke up yesterday and she didn't recognize where she was. She kept calling me from her room, and that's not like her. So I went in there and she goes, where am I? ¿Dónde estoy? No reconozco la casa, no reconozco dónde estoy. And I told her, Mom, you're at home. I'm your daughter. She goes, well, where did we live before? Mom, we've always lived together. Siempre hemos vivido juntas. And she's like, ay, no, pero no me acuerdo. No me acuerdo esta casa. Esta casa se ve muy diferente. No. And my dad passed recently, so a couple of years back. So she has a picture of my dad, and I told her, look, I said, you're home. My dad's picture is that. She goes, yeah, I see that, pero no, yo no me acuerdo de la casa. And so it's really sad, you know. God forbid she walks out of the house or she gets lost, which she doesn't. She doesn't like to go. She's always been a person that doesn't like to go out or to out person. She's not. Okay, pues ya que tenemos aquí nuestro chilito colado, I've decided to put the rest, just dump it in there. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna add a little bit of water. So I could get the rest of the chile out. I'm gonna add the whole thing of cilantro. It's already a little old, and it's okay. I just throw that in there with that because if not, the cilantro gets all over the place. And look at this. My coffee cup, it's ready. Also, I use this kind of coffee because they say it's café de hongo. I don't know, I like it. I just use it, and it comes in little packages. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this creamer, a lot, se me fue. And then I'm gonna make my cafecito. And kid you not, I'm not even lying. It's 1 o'clock, it's 1 p.m. and I'm over here drinking like my 5th cup of coffee. Mi cafecito. Ay, no mames, parece que traigo pinche babero. Alright, let's see cómo va quedando. Look at this. Todavía le falta poquito, pero ahí va. And I usually make rice with this, but today I have to go to work, so it is what it is. Look at this. My papitas. My Baileys. Vamos a probarlo de sal, a ver si le hace falta sal. So, cuando está en ese momento en su punto, vamos a probarlo para ver si le hace falta sal o si le hace falta, o si le eché de más. Vamos a ver. Let's see, we're gonna do the taste. A ver si no me quemo. Usually, I always se me pasa la mano con la sal, but today, it's delicious. Moment of truth, y'all. It's delicious. Tastes really, really good. I'm gonna try the juice.